Hi guys, Mike here. Hope all of you are doing well. I wanted to shoot a quick video talking about the comparison between Wall Street and mainstream and what to really think about here. My name is Michael Hernik. If you don't know who I am, I have a Facebook page called The Financial Mechanic. Also have a YouTube channel called The Financial Mechanic. If you can click like and subscribe on YouTube, on Facebook, would love to hear from you, comment, share my content. Anyway, so let's get right into it. What I wanted to share with you guys is this sort of noise and confusion that we're seeing in the marketplace. So when we talk about the comparison between Wall Street and Main Street, what are we talking about? So Wall Street, really, we're looking at the stock market. And when we look at that, we see that the market's doing very well. In fact, the markets are almost back to the same previous highs we were pre-coronavirus, which was, January, February, March time period, which is really interesting because when we actually look at that and say, hey, when we see the Wall Street, we see the stock market doing very well. That doesn't really make sense when we compare to Main Street, which is our small to medium-sized businesses and enterprises, which aren't doing well. So we have businesses that are going out of business. There's bankruptcies. There's starting to be more mortgage and foreclosures. Companies are having issues making payroll. The picture isn't so pretty when we look at the mainstream compared to what's happening in the stock market on Wall Street. So the point of this video is to really warn you guys and to really look past the noise to say, hey, even though we have a very well performing stock market, which by the way is mainly made up of 4 or 5 big companies, which are Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google, whatever you want to call them, your FANG stocks. These companies are overrepresented in the stock market. What I mean by that is their market cap or the size of these companies. Any movement in these companies will have a huge impact on the overall stock market performance. So of course, you have Apple with all-time high iPhone sales and Netflix is doing well. It makes sense that these companies are doing well in a corona or pandemic environment where everyone is at home and, spending money in those sorts of ways. But when we look at small, medium-sized businesses, your local restaurant, your store, your local business owners, they're struggling. And this is what the picture doesn't make sense, which is, although we have a well-performing stock market, the picture isn't really the same when we look at our Main Street small to medium-sized businesses. And the other thing to think about, I said in the other video previously here, is that when the stimulus ends and when the lease deferral sort of stimulus ends as well for business owners and some of these small business loans that are being offered in Canada and the US, once all of the stimulus from the government and support ends, you're going to see more volatility, which is why I suspect that really what you're seeing now in the stock market, we are sort of peaking out, and I think you're going to see a lot more downward pressure here. I guess if you had an ability to get involved in the dead cat bounce, which was from the low of 35% downwards back up to almost now, take a second look, think about what's going on, because I think you're going to see Main Street catch up to Wall Street for those reasons. So anyway, wanted to share this for you guys. Hope all of you are doing well. Have a great rest of your weekend. Again, if you can click like on my Facebook page or subscribe on YouTube, would love to hear from you. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you guys in the next video.